What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cool Fred's Garage. This Cool Fred here. So I'm working on this 1978 Malibu Classic. So I got multiple videos on this project, pretty much doing an engine swap on it and doing a few other things too. So today I'm gonna get started on basically the heating and air conditioning system, getting the heater core replaced, the evaporator. So I'm gonna show you guys what parts we got for this thing. All right, so over here is our heating and AC box. So you can see it right here. You got something old school when they say Harrison General Motors Corporation on it. So it says BOPC. So that usually stands for Buick, Oldsmobile, Pontiac, and Chevrolet. And in some cases it can probably mean Cadillac, but so this right here is a G body, and a lot of those cars under those different makes and models or makes that I named, fall under the General Motors umbrella. So they would use this same AC and heating box in those vehicles. So basically you see right here the blower motors on the top. I think we got like a relay, that's probably the blower motor resistor right there. But basically the heater core and the evaporator are a couple of things that are in this box, and we got to get this thing apart so I can get the new parts in there. So I'm gonna show you guys the new parts I got over here. All right, so here we go. So on the table here we got some new components here. So we got a new evaporator, heater core, blower motor, and a accumulator. So, and also got the filter there, or the screen. So basically we're gonna get this unit over here apart and try to get these parts replaced. So pretty much in the last video I was pretty much getting kind of everything mocked up, because basically in the process of trying to get this motor finished up and get it up and running, but got a few more things to kind of connect. Next we'll be going to the phase of after I get the heating and AC stuff taken care of, I'm gonna be moving on to the belt drive. And then the reason I need the heater core in there, because when I get ready to start running the heater core, the heater hoses and stuff, I need a place to hook them up. So we're kind of at that point of our project, but we got a brand new AC condenser in the car. This one's gonna have like a newer style AC compressor. He's gonna have another shop that specializes in air conditioning that's gonna run some hoses and stuff like that. But I'm pretty much getting all the main components replaced while I'm here. So before I got this radiator and electric fan set up in there, behind there is a brand new condenser. So I showed a little bit of footage of that in some of my other videos, how I got that in there and set up. So basically that's a 134 style compressor. So all of these parts are compatible with either R12 or 134. But the AC condenser is a little bit more modern style to handle the 134 refrigerant. So next, I guess I'm gonna get over there and start getting some of this stuff apart. All right, so from what I understand, gotta get the cowl and the trim and all that stuff apart here along the bottom. So gotta get these wipers off. So from what I understand, you just kind of pull up on these wipers and you pull that pin, this little clip here, you pull that out and that gets the wipers out of the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to start pulling this stuff out of here. So as far as this seal here, I'm just gonna be careful trying to pull it up. It's okay kind of on this side, but over there, like it is maybe starting to deteriorate a little bit, some of the rubber. is starting to wear, so I got to be kind of careful right there. So I guess I'm assuming the customer probably get that replaced later on down the line. So I'm gonna start getting some of this stuff out of the way and see if I can get the lid off of this thing. So basically, this right here is the vacuum reservoir. So I kind of moved this out of the way a little bit just to kind of while I was removing the engine. So I got these things labeled where they go. There's some of the, got the supply vacuum lines, and then the other side goes to a the heater control valve, which we do got a new heater control valve to go on here. I'll probably talk about that like in another video, maybe once I'm doing the heater hoses and stuff. But I'm just gonna kind of get a little bit of this stuff off to the side out of the way so I can get this thing apart. Alright, so there we go. It's a little tricky to see, but it is, my camera's probably not focusing because of the angle. But there is like a little notch in there. And then a little bit, I'll put it over here so we can see down here. So it's only like one way that these wipers can go on and off of there. Alright, here go the wipers right here. So that's right, that right there is the driver one. And you kind of see it's got like a little notch in there, and the passenger is way different, so you can't mix them up. So that's how it looks right here on the wiper on the car. This is what you got. So that's what it looks like right there. Then the other one, like that's the one on the passenger side. So you can't mix them up, so they can only go one way, and they're pretty simple to get off. The one on the passenger side came off pretty easy. The one over here, I kind of had to kind of just kind of rock it back and forth. So now what I'm gonna do is just kind of just gently just pull this seal off, and after that we got a few like trim screws and stuff like that I'm gonna pull off. That's along there. All right, so I'm taking all these trim screws out right here, and then on this one right here, that one's got like a little, that's got like a little resting ledge for the wiper arm. Then there's another one over there, so I'm gonna get all those screws out. All right, so right after you get that that lower molding or that finisher trim off the bottom of the windshield, you can see you got a whole bunch of these. I'm not sure what they are. Probably, let's see, this right here I believe is it's like a 9/32. I do got some metric, so this 9/32 is fitting. But for a lot of these screws, and because this housing right here is fiberglass, so I'm pretty much just gonna I'm gonna remove these by hand. That way I don't risk damaging like the fiberglass cover and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna remove them by hand. Alrighty, so I found that a lot of these screws are 7mm. So it's like one in this corner right here, is one right here. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's maybe a 6th one. So That one right there also doubles as the washer room. All right, so pretty much right here, I just took the screws out of the. I think this right here is like a relay. This right here is the blower motor resistor. So just so I don't have to like try to unplug these connectors and stuff like that. This right here is a ground wire. So I can kind of just gently move them to the side, and then I can just deal with the bolts that are on top. So hopefully that'll help me out a little bit. And there is a connector right here. I can just unplug that kind of. Just trying to get as much stuff out of the way, but then a lot of this stuff is also delicate. Don't want to try not to break anything. All right, so here we go right here. So this is pretty much what most of the lid looks like. There are a few. This thing kind of like it splits in half up here. So I'm just gonna get like these bolts towards the top. Get those out. I guess these are like maybe some 10mm or something like that. It's got a few of those. I'm probably gonna go ahead and take the blower motor out too. And a lot more of these style screws right here around the perimeter. So pretty much just got to get all of those out. And I should be able to do what I need. Alright, so I got all the screws for the blower motor out. And we can kind of see down in here a little bit. It's a little bit of like trash and debris. Nothing real bad, but a little bit of trash and debris down in there. It's like that right there was a part of a paper black gasket. Like if I just put maybe a little silicone or something on there. I'll see if the new one has a gasket in there. There's a little bit of like dust and debris, nothing real crazy, but I can vacuum that out, get my vacuum cleaner over here and vacuum that out. But you can see like a lot of little screws for the evaporator housing itself are down there. So it's pretty much just gonna work some of these screws out and just kind of just gently lift this lid off. Alright, so from what I can tell, I got most of the screws out, but I believe just some of this old kind of like glue and goo up against here along the firewall there. So I probably got to get like a scraper and just kind of just like gently scrape some of it away. But from the looks of it, all my screws are out. I can kind of gently pull like on this right here, and it kind of moves a little bit. But I just gotta make sure I don't have anything else in there. Make sure I got everything out. All right, so yesterday while I was down at Harbor Freight, I went on and got me some of these metric kind of like nut driver sets. So I had some standard ones here, but I didn't have any metric ones. I had the metric ones at work. So this car's got a lot of metric bolts on there. So pretty much I'm in the process of trying to get this cover off. So I'm just gonna use a putty knife. You see it's got all this glue down here. So I just gotta kind of slowly work that glue out. And you can see all that trash down there that I showed you guys earlier. It's got a lot of trash in this box, but we got sunlight right now, so we can kind of see down in here real good. So once I get this thing apart, I'm gonna get a chance to get my vacuum and clean all this stuff out. So, but in the meantime, I'm gonna get in here and try to like cut, basically kind of break up some of this glue so I can get this cover off. Alright, so as I go along on this, if I find like something simpler or whatever, I try to share it with you guys. But basically what I did was I just kind of went along here. This is just a kind of like a little cutting knife. I just kind of went along there to get the seal broke. So I just kind of went along like that with this. And once I got that kind of like that, I took this putty knife here, which I have here, and I'm just kind of going through here working this. So this is helping me to break that glue loose, break that sealing material loose. And I'm just gonna kind of just go around the box evenly, a little bit at a time, until I get it gently loose. Because you know this thing here is pretty, it is kind of coming, but you know this thing is very delicate, so I don't want to risk cracking it or anything like that. So I'm just taking my time getting the seal broke loose. So just sharing that with you guys. So hopefully I'll have this thing off here in a second and we can take a peek on the inside, see what it looks like, and see what we can get to the parts that we need to get to. Alright, so I just switched over to my smaller putty knife there. My fender cover here is kind of trying to come off here, so I'm just trying to readjust it. But yeah, I switched over to this kind of thinner putty knife, but it is a little bit thicker than that other one. But I'm noticing as I kind of like go between this way here, and I kind of go like under here, in between here, and just kind of go like that, I'm slowly getting it looser and looser. So I mean it's coming along. It's just a slow go. Just gotta kind of take your time and just be gentle so you don't break it. So it is loose. It is coming up. So I'm just gonna keep at it. Alright, so here we go. So after playing around with this thing for a while, it's actually been a pretty long time, probably maybe a good hour or so. But I'm kind of getting to this area right here, and it's like I'm getting it up. So So I got it up pretty much everywhere else. It's loose, it's getting looser and looser, but I'm just kind of like, man, I'm checking for screws. Like I'm so right here up under this gunk, I had to basically pick that out of there in a pick, because I'm kind of like starting to look up under some of this stuff to say, to be like, hey man, is there an extra screw in here? But sure enough, it's an extra screw right here. And I'm talking about, I'm doing research, I'm out there on YouTube everywhere, trying to figure out, did I miss a screw? And pretty much everybody took apart the same screws that I took apart. But yeah, there is an extra screw right here, and you gotta like, it's got some little gunk on there that you gotta, some glue that you gotta clear off. So there is indeed a screw right there, and once I get that screw out, I should be good. Alright, so pretty much after getting that screw out and kind of working it out, I'm able to get this bad boy off of here. So I'm able to kind of lift it up and just kind of gently pull that thing off. So that's it right there. So it's a couple areas right here that I need to just put a little bit of that glue around there to kind of hold it, or I can put like a little urethane or something in there just to make sure that stays good. Because on this car right here, I'm gonna show you guys in a second. So on this car right here, you got this little lip right here that makes it difficult for that corner piece to get past here. But after you do that, you're good to go. So let's see, this car actually got like a seal back here. So most of it look like it may be still good. I just put a little bit of that urethane behind there, probably. So I'm trying to see, was it glued there or there? So that screw could have very well been holding me in. But we'll see.